Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who related video. In today's Doctor Who related video I'll be doing my Doctor Who autograph collection for 2020. Now 2020 is a year when we've been unable to attend conventions face to face, so I thought it'd be rather fitting to look back at happier times when we could attend conventions, and I'll be showing you all the various bits of Doctor Who merchandise, what I've got signed from books, Big Finish, and of course the standard sort of prints what you get when you meet the stars. Now conventions are wonderful, you get to meet some of your heroes, but you also get to spend time with your mates, which is a wonderful thing and one of the best things about conventions as well. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into this autograph collection with looking at the signed books that I have. So kicking off this autograph collection with the Christopher Eccleston autobiography, I Love the Bones of You, which is a fantastic book. If you haven't read it, then do check it out because there's a wonderful autobiography. I attended a Q&A at Salford and he did a book signing afterwards, so I got, of course, Christopher Eccleston to sign it, which is very lovely, because of course we never thought we would ever meet Christopher Eccleston, so it's a lovely thing to have Christopher Eccleston to sign it. So yeah, love that. It's one of my prized possessions. Next up we have a Target book, The Auton Invasion, signed by none other than Terrance Dicks, the godfather of Doctor Who. Just feels incredibly great to have met Terrance Dicks because he was a wonderful person, really helped shape the programme, and as of course a massive Third Doctor fan, it just feels really lovely to have met Terrance Dicks and to sign that, which is really lovely, The Auton Invasion. Next up we have a set of free 12th Doctor books. Now I got these off the Food and Planet website because they were doing signings, so I got Plague City signed by Jonathan Morris. Fantastic book, really recommend it, it's a really good book that. Then we have Diamond Dogs, which is signed by Mike Tucker. And then we have The Shining Man, signed by Cavan Scott, another fantastic 12th Doctor book. Next up we have Richard Franklin's book, Operation Hate, and that is signed, of course, by the man himself, Richard Franklin, Captain Mike Yates. Absolutely love meeting Richard Franklin, he's one of my favourite people to meet, he's just so chatty and just really takes an interest in you. And this is basically a little homage to his unit days and sort of a nondescript version of Unit in a way. It's a sort of Unit but without Unit being in it because of copyright and all that, but yeah, it's very sort of action-packed espionage type of story. So yeah. Next up we have a Telos novella, the deluxe edition of Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, not that song, but yeah, we have it signed by Neil Gaiman because he was going to write a Doctor Who novella, but that fell through. The author and the artist and my limited edition number there, so that is very cool to have a Telos novella deluxe. We have the Third Doctor issue 1 comic signed by Paul Cornell, the Heralds of Destruction, with this being a Food and Planet exclusive cover art, so there it is, signed by Paul Cornell. We have the first ever Doctor Who paperback, An Exciting Adventure with the Daleks, and it is signed by 3 Doctor Who stars, and it is one of my most prized possessions, so we've got it signed by Colin Baker, and the main reason I got it is signed, of course, by Jon Pertwee there, Jon Pertwee, Doc number 3, which is utterly wonderful to have Jon Pertwee's autograph. A rather odd thing to get signed with the first Doctor Who paperback, and it is of course signed by Nicola Bryant as well at the back. So yeah, one of my prized possessions, the first ever Doctor Who paperback signed by my favourite Doctor, Jon Pertwee. We have a theatre programme signed by the man himself, David Tennant, Don Juan, and so I was lucky enough to see this back in 2017, and it is one of my prized possessions because I really did enjoy seeing that play. And I also got one of the tickets signed by Adrian Scarborough, who played Carla Jex in A Town Called Mercy, so there we go. And the last book I'm going to show is the Doctor Who The Vault, covering the first 50 years of the show. Now this is probably one of my favourite Doctor Who books, and it's become a bit of a tradition now for me to get it signed. It's one of my favourite things to get signed because it's just a wonderful book, and I just love it. And I highly recommend it if you don't have The Vault, because it is a wonderful book, and I've got it signed by quite a few people. So the first page, we've got it signed by Peter Purvis when I went to Birmingham Comic Con back in 2017. So moving to the third Doctor page now, we've got it signed by Derek Sherwin and Katie Manning and of course Richard Franklin. Moving to the Tom Baker page now, we've got it signed by Tom Baker and Philip Hinchcliffe, which is rather cool. We've got the K9 page signed by John Leeson, which is very cool, really do like that. Moving to the 5th Doctor page now, we've got it signed by Sarah Sutton and of course the man himself, Peter Davison. The 6th Doctor page, we've got it signed by Nicola Bryant and of course Colin Baker himself, which I really do like getting the Doctor pages signed actually, because I would like to get sort of the Doctor and their companions to sign that page. That's my sort of goal with the Vault book. And the 7th Doctor page is signed by Sophie Aldred. And the 8th Doctor page is signed by Daphne Ashbrook. And the final signature I have in the vault is, of course, Billie Piper, who plays Rose. We have the Doctor Who Annual 1976 signed by Tom Baker, which is very nice to have a 1976 annual signed by the man himself. The next item, I didn't really know where to put this actually, because it's not really merchandise and it's not really a book, but it is the Jon Pertwee Memorial Programme, which is signed, of course, by Caroline John, one of my prized possessions, that Moon Boots and Dinner Suits book. I mean, if you want to know more about the story of why this means so much to me, then check out Why I Love Jon Pertwee. I'll leave a little tab and a link in the description below to that video, but it is signed by Caroline John. Next up in the merchandise corner, we have the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary 20 exclusive prints. Now, I got this signed by Tom Baker back in 2016, and this, of course, is limited to 1,963. See what they did there? And of course, these prints are signed by some of the artists, so if I just show you that now. So we have this wonderful snowman print signed by Adrian Salmon, which you can just about see there, which is very cool. And we've got this Ice Warrior print, again done by Adrian Salmon there. Then one of my favourite prints, this is done by Lee Sullivan, it is signed there as you can see, Lee Sullivan, of all 11 Doctors done in a question mark, which is a really cool print. I really do like this print. And then we have another print of sort of a crime suspect thing, again done by Lee Sullivan, and of course is signed by him. And then we have a print done by Anthony Dry, who does some of the new series Target artwork. I remember seeing this artwork back in the Doctor Who experience, so it's very sort of nostalgic now looking back at this artwork. And the final print, what is signed by Chris Achilleos of his Target novelisation artwork of the Ice Warriors. Which is very cool, because I do love the Ice Warriors, one of my favourite monsters. Oh yes. The next bit of merchandise, we have the 4th Doctor time capsule, of course signed by the man himself there, Tom Baker, which is very cool to have that, because I really do like the 4th Doctor time capsule. So moving on to the Big Finish CDs, what I've got signed. So these were all done at Big Finish Day. So we've got Broad of Eris signed by Lisa Greenwood, played by Flip, one of my favourite Big Finish companions. Lisa Greenwood, wonderful person to meet. Then we have the 10th Planet exclusive of Singularity, signed by Mark Strickson, who played Turlough, and signed by a few other people like Gary Russell, James Swallow as well, which is very cool. And Stuart Manning, the person who did the artwork for the cover. So that was very cool to have the 10th Planet edition of Singularity. Then we have the Dark Flame, which I got signed by Lisa Bauman, my first Benny story. Think of that what you will, but I do have quite a soft spot for the Dark Flame actually. And then we have the voice of MasterChef, India Fisher, Charlie Pollard, the 8th Doctor companion, really lovely person. You know, she really takes the time to sort of ask you, how long you've been into Big Finish and all that. So it's really lovely to meet that, and obviously Charlie was such a big part of me getting into Big Finish. And then we have Shadow of the Scourge, signed by Sylvester McCoy, Sophie Aldred, and somebody else who I don't really know. I can't remember who signed that actually, because I got it off eBay, so I can't remember who signed that. Then we have Tom Baker at 80. So if you pre-ordered this back in 2014, I think, you're guaranteed to get a signed copy by Tom Baker. So that's very cool. I've noticed I've got quite a few things signed by Tom Baker. It seems to be quite a running theme within this autograph collection. And then we have the Crooked Man, signed by Louise Jameson, who played Leela. And we also have the Charms of Midnight, signed by Rob Sherman. And then I have some of the booklets signed. So we've got the Mega, signed by Katie Manning there, which is very cool. My favourite Big Finish story of all time. I just love it. And then the last little booklet I'm going to show you before we go into the sort of limited edition sort of stuff. We have Master Plan, signed by Alex McQueen. It says, "Hello you too, Ben. Best wishes, Alex McQueen." Alex McQueen, fantastic master and a really lovely person to meet as well. The last Big Finish thing I've got signed is the 6th Doctor Last Adventure, signed by Matt Fitton, who wrote Stage Fright, my favourite story from that set. If we just go right to the back of the booklet, we've got it signed there by India Fisher and Lisa Greenwood there, which is very cool. Really nice to have that signed. And here we have some lovely prints, which will be very familiar from some of my videos. Now these are from my first ever Comic-Con I attended back in 2014. So we've got John Leeson there, affirmative greetings to Ben from K9, John Leeson. Then we've got Sophie Aldred there, and then we've got Paul McGann there, which is very nice. And then we've got another Paul McGann autograph there. So we move on to the main bulk of this autograph collection, as of course in this folder, one of my favourite things, if not my favourite actually, because this is a folder of my Doctor Who memories with all my autographs and all various Doctor Who programmes and events. I've got it all stored in this folder. So if we kick off this collection, so we've got this 50th anniversary stamp print collection signed by Katie Manning, my favourite Doctor, my favourite companion, and basically based on two of my favourite stories, The Sea Devils and Doctor Who and the Silurian, so I really do love that. So if we move over, we've got a photo of me and Peter Capaldi. Haven't got his autograph. I almost had his autograph, but because I had to get the train back home meant I had to miss getting the autograph, which is a real shame. We've got my photo of Pil Mackie, and of course I do have Pil Mackie's autograph. I love meeting Pil Mackie. She's a really lovely person to meet there. Lovely to meet you. Very best wishes, Pil Mackie, Bill Potts, which I really do like it when the Doctor actors sign their character. Then we have David Bradley, so if we just move it over there, we've got to Ben, best wishes, David Bradley, the Doctor, which is really lovely. That lovely photo from Adventure in Space and Time. We've got the man himself, Christopher Eccleston, got this back at LFCC back in 2018, was it? A person I never thought I would meet, so I really took the opportunity to meet him. Of course, got my photo there with him there. And we've got Matt Smith, yet to get his autograph. We have Alex Kingston's autograph there. To Ben, spoilers, Alex Kingston. Met at Wales Comic Con, which was lovely because that was a local Comic Con, so it meant the world to me that, you know, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Alex Kingston, Arthur Darvill were literally, you know, 15 minutes down the road from me, which was really cool, so I didn't want to miss that convention. And Alex Kingston, what a lovely person to meet. Spoke about her Big Finish stuff, which is all very cool. Speaking of Big Finish, we've got David Warner, the Unbound Doctor there, for Big Finish, which is very cool. And another Big Finish person, we've got Lisa Bauman, Bernie Summerfield there, which is very cool. And then we've got Janet Fielding, Tegan, and then we've got Peter Davison there, which is very cool. Really like that print of Resurrection of the Daleks. I do love that photo. Then we've got my photo with Peter Davison there. Then we've got Sarah Sutton, really lovely person to meet, lovely. And of course got my photo there. And we've got the lovely Katie Manning. Absolutely love meeting Katie, because I've met her quite a few times now, and she's just really lovely. One of the best Doctor people you can meet. Got a lovely print signed by Daphne Ashbrook there, which is very cool. Love to get Paul McGann to sign that at some point. Then we've got Billy Piper, me and Billy Piper there. And then we've got Peter Purvis. Then we have another Peter Purvis autograph there of him and William Hartnell. Then we've got my photo with Colin Baker, and that is of course on the other side signed by Colin Baker, one of the 50th anniversary art prints. Then we've got good old Sylvester McCoy. Really nice to meet him at Cardiff Comic Con back in 2014, I think it was. And then we've got a photo of me in the TV movie TARDIS with him, which is very cool. And then one of my favourite prints from the Face of Evil. Again, one of my favourite Fourth Doctor stories. I really do like the Face of Evil. We've got it signed by Tom Baker and Louise Jameson. So I really like getting sort of a Doctor companion to sign a print because it just looks really cool. And then got a photo of me and Tom Baker there. And then another autograph from Tom Baker, which is very cool, from the Fourth Doctor time capsule. And again, got a photo of me and Tom Baker. And then we've got another Richard Franklin one. Love that photo of him and Pertwee from Invasion of the Dinosaurs. It's a very cool photo. Do like that one. And then we've got a sort of a group photo of me, Richard Franklin, Katie Manning, Annika Wills and Colin Baker. Very cool. Can't really see because of a glare. There you go. And then the other autograph, we've got John Levine from Planet of the Spiders there with Sarah and the Brig. Really do like that print. And then we've got a lovely photo of me and the unit family there. And then we have Stephen Thorne, Omega and Azal there, which is very cool. Really glad I got to meet him. A really nice chap. Nicola Bryant there, which is very cool. And on the other page we've got Bernard Cribbins, the legend, which is very nice to meet. And then on the other side of it I've got my photo with Jenna Coleman. And we've got a photo of Terence Dix there, which is very nice. And then a photo of me and Derek Sherwin. And then we have David Goodison from Destiny of the Daleks, Davros. And then we've got my autograph of Samuel Anderson there by Damaris Heyman, who plays Mrs. Hawthorne in The Daemons, which is a really nice little print. And the final autograph, we have the 10th Doctor and Donna, one of the best new series pairings, David Tennant and Catherine Tate autograph. I got this at Wales Comic Con last year. Again, a very local convention, so I didn't want to miss it. So it just feels utterly joyous to meet, you know, the face of my childhood in terms of David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Just feels really lovely to have that, and one of my prized possessions in terms of autograph, because, you know, these are, you know, the Doctor and companion duo of my childhood, really, which is utterly wonderful to have that. So I really do love that, and of course it's signed by both of them. So I really do like that, and my Louise Jameson and Tom Baker print, because I just think it's one of my favourites, and I really do love it. So that concludes my Doctor Who autograph collection for 2020. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, then please do give it a like, and if you like the content that you see, then please do subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you next time for more Doctor Who related content very soon. So thank you very much and goodbye.